What's up, everybody? It's me, Marshall. I'm back here with the Players of the Realm. Hope everybody stateside had a great 4th of July. If not, hope you guys had a wonderful week. You know, we missed you all since the last time we saw you, and I haven't seen y'all in like easily 4 weeks or so, hasn't it? Well, let's hop right into it all, right, y'all? So, what should we start first with, right? Do we want to start with the question of the week, or do we want to go right to the player recap real quick? I'll leave that up to y'all this week. What do we want to do first?
Question.
All right.
Because I don't remember what happened last week. Or last session.
Oh, you always need to go back and watch our videos every single time on the YouTube page. Just to get a refresher, right?
Yes, duly noted.
Yeah. So, our question of the week this time is, does your character view themselves as a leader or a follower? So, let's start off with Fennec over there.
Me? Right. All right. So, Fennec. As we all know, kind of up to this point, Fennec's kind of like that free spirit. He doesn't walk either path of follower or leader. He kind of charts his own course and embraces his own self-reliance. He, he doesn't want to lead others or impose his will on them. He just kind of lets them do. But nor does he feel that he needs to blindly follow the commands or guidance of others. He doesn't really, he never will put like anybody in harm's way or anything like that, or like that with his decisions to do either. But he likes his individualism and his own autonomy in himself.
Very goblin-y, I'd say.
Freedom.
Hey, yeah, that's what the 4th of July was all about, right?
Fennec may have 1 or 2 less fingers.
Oh, thank God. I think Fennec would have died if he had access to the fireworks, frankly.
Goblin rockets.
Oh, God. Saris, you seem ready for the question, though. What about yourself?
So she's willing to follow because she doesn't want to lead, but she can be decisive, and when it looks like nothing's going to happen, she's more than happy. Well, not happy, but she will just like, we need to do something, and this is what we're going to do. So I think she's sort of like a leader of last resort, kind of. Like, she doesn't necessarily want to lead, but she will if it seems like that's what's needed to keep things moving.
Okay. Yeah. Decision making is important when you're, living on the streets and everything, right?
Yeah, she's learned to be decisive, and indecisiveness is one of her pet peeves.
Mm-hmm.
And if it looks like anyone's like stalling on a decision, it's like, fine, we've talked about it enough. We're gonna do this.
Well, that's especially helpful for us DMs also, frankly. So I appreciate her willingness to jump in.
Yes.
I'm going to just go across the little toolbar I see here. Yami, you're up here. Is your guy a leader or a follower?
Well, hello everybody. Yami. My name is Yami. So normally Yami's always by himself, so he's more of a leader because he's leading in his own sense. But if somebody comes to him for help and it's like their mission, he'll also be like kind of not a follower, but he'll follow them to help them. So it'll be like 70% leader, 30% follower. Like again, he'll like if Mekwas comes and says, hey, I need to take charge of the mission, we need to go here and do this, he's gonna help him do that as followed. But other than that, on his own, he just goes like as actually Fennec said it, free spirit. It's just where the work takes him, I should say.
Okay. Yeah, it makes sense to me.
But if I'm being 100, I'd say leader because he chooses to follow, not because he's following. So I'd say leader.
Okay. All right, let's check you out, Mech. What do you view yourself as?
I see Mech as being incredibly flexible. Being in a war and being a soldier, he understands that there's a push and a give. There's always a rank. There's always things that need to be done. He understands you can't push a string, and he's just kind of like unbiased with it all. If he's got to drive anything forward, he can. If he needs to sit back and let somebody else take the reins, he can also do it.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good. So it sounds like we're last up is Levin.
Short version, same militant background as Mech. Levin is along the lines of he trusts the people in charge insofar as they should know what they're doing, and within the bounds of his knowledge and expertise, he in turn wants people to trust him to be able to follow what he is suggesting. So it's context sensitive, but only within his realm of experience.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Sounds like we got a lot of free spirits, quite frankly. If I were to go from one end of the group to the other. I like that overall.
It's the dapper democracy.
There we go. I like that.
There it
I
is.
hate you so much.
It is.
Dapper democracy. I'm gonna hold on to that one.
Well, we have a running list.
No.
We'll get to you.
A
Requisite
democracy, if you will.
Democracy.
Oh my goodness. Clock out, John.
Democracy.
There.
Clock out.
She hated it so much, and now she's part of it.
Now you.
Because
I'll just wait.
now there are puns involved.
We're just waiting for you guys to wear the hats to be fully down.
It'll never happen.
Yeah, once
Maybe.
everybody's got the little bowlers or the top hat, there we go.
Also,
Again.
real quick, shout out to all the Canadians and 1st of July, Canada Day.
Hey, there you go.
Yay, Canada.
I lift my dapper hat to you.
I throw a lit bottle rocket in your direction.
So
Uh,
here and there.
All right, for that recap.
Yeah, so we've been away for a little bit. We had a nice week off for, I guess, the 4th of July and Canada Day. Look at that. Double holiday and everything.
Yeah.
So, what do you note takers remember? Or what have you taken notes on last, I should say?
Do
think
we
I'm in
have a note
danger.
taker?
Oh, I figured someone takes notes in this group, but that's just maybe hopefulness.
We don't
Why, I
have a
don't
designated note taker.
I haven't taken any.
I have like little scratch notes.
Starting things off, we continued with our conflict with the bandits over in the abandoned area.
Yep.
We managed to resolve that, obviously through violent means. We left one individual alive, which we then subjected to questioning, and started on our return back to Wroat with the person in tow. If anyone else wants to sound off.
We gave it to a cop, and he didn't seem too happy with that. And I might be in danger.
I don't think I was
Well,
here
that's-
for that last session, actually.
That's jumping a little ahead,
I was gonna say, I don't think I was
because
here last
half
session, 'cause I
the
remember
group
getting
decided to
town.
go over to the Drunken Dragon, and Ramus was there, and Levin and Mech went to go search for Ramus, not knowing where his location was, with prisoner in tow.
Now we have a cop friend.
Ugh.
We always
After
do.
turning him over to one of the Dark Lanterns, we effectively told him, yes, please come with us. We're going to be returning to our, to where we're stationed for the day. And we would have more evidence towards proving that this individual had assaulted the carriages and is affiliated with a group known as something Vol related. I don't think that was particularly defined.
Who doesn't love a good mystery, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Then the rest of you guys are hanging out at the Drunken Dragon, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And was there anything in particular you guys were talking about there? Because we can actually...
We ran into the bard again.
Mhm.
And Fennec tried to outwit him or outdo him, and Saris helped inadvertently, not Fennec knowing. But they failed miserably. But they did hear, I'm going to say find out, I'm going to say they heard that he is a really good guy, that he helps orphans, and that he's there every night, has been there every night for 5 years since he came to town. And Fennec doesn't trust him in the least.
Oh yeah, Sarah thinks that's completely sus. No one did that.
Yeah. So Fennec, the free spirit, is going to try and find out more on this guy. The bardstard.
Good investigation.
It's okay.
Well, you'll have to piece all the clue pieces together yourself. Or Saris might sound like she'll be able to help you.
She might.
So, all right. Mac and Yami, what were you two doing? I didn't hear a peep from you guys other than...
Yeah, I was with Levin turning in that guy to the cop, and we're bringing him back to the bar where everybody's having a good time.
Right on. Okay.
Yeah, I would assume that I was still at the Drunken Dragon, but I don't think I was here the last session previously, so I probably would have been a little dormant.
Distracted, one might say.
Dapperly.
All right.
I'm here all day, guys.
I will kill you.
Somehow, some way.
Please not before everyone gets back together.
Well, I think let's pick up from there, right? So let's, Levin, unless there's anything else you want to say, let's have you guys coming in through the tavern door with the officer in tow. How does that sound?
On the approach, how close was the officer to us as we were approaching the inn?
He's within like 5 feet of you.
I would have strictly informed him for all safety involved that I did have weapons on my person for self-defense.
Well, of course.
Alright, he wants to stay that close, that's on him. But Levin will enter the tavern, and he's going to do a quick scan of the room.
You scan over the room. You see your buddies scattered throughout the tavern. What are you all doing as Levin walks into the room?
Saris is currently in a disguise as sort of like a young lad assistant outfit that she first introduced herself to the other guy as. So she doesn't actually look like herself at the moment. Though the two returning characters might recognize that person as a face Saris has worn previously.
All right. Where you can go ahead and situate yourself on the map if you like, and the rest of y'all, where are you guys?
Mac doesn't really think he's doing anything wrong, so he's just gonna come in very, like, happily as soon as he clocks everybody. He's like, oh, there you guys are.
Yep.
And if I notice Saris, I'm gonna completely ignore her.
She's disguised. Would you recognize it?
Shall I roll?
I don't know. She wore
Wasn't
this
asking
face.
you.
She was wearing this face the last time we introduced ourselves to Ramos, something like that.
I've interacted with her when she was like that, so I figured I would know, and knowing she don't like cops, that's why I'm saying I'm trying to ignore her.
Okay, fair enough.
Is Ramos present in the tavern?
Yep. He's hanging out with you guys at whatever table you're at. He's currently talking about how, the last refugee trip went, giving you like little anecdotes and here and there about it.
This is going to be out of character for Levin for the rest of the group to notice. Levin's going to throw his arms wide. Ramos!
Fennec's eyes go wide.
Is he hugging him right now?
I am.
Was that a gesture of excitement?
I'm already like, what's going on? Trying to like read into what this change in personality means. I'm trying to suss
And
out
that
if
is exactly it.
Does he know him?
We've met Ramos before. He's the one that commissioned us to go
get the
and
wagon.
secure their carriages.
Oh, right. My bad. Redact that from the transcript.
But I am trying to I'm watching Levin very intently now, trying to read his body language and figure out what's going on.
At this point, Levin is making it obvious that he is not acting how he usually is. It is everything up front. It's bad acting, but it is there.
Oh, goody.
What's the cop doing?
Yeah, I think more like she's trying to figure out why he's doing it. It's like she definitely clocked the change, and now she's trying to figure out what's his game, what's he up to. So.
And as I walk further into the tavern, does the officer walk in behind me?
Yep. He is actually even kind of visible if you were looking right at you. You could see his black attire and everything coming in behind you.
All right, but with that, I'll be approaching Ramos.
Okay.
I have news for you.
Oh, what's that, my boy?
Remember the spot of bother that you sent us out for?
Yeah. And he takes a couple drags from his cigar.
And I pull out one of my cigarettes and motion to see if he's got a light.
And pull out a little wood lighter. I mean, not a wood lighter, wood match, and strikes it for you and holds it up.
I'll take a brief draw just to get it lit, but I'm going to hold the cigarette in my hand otherwise. Well, we've managed to get an individual that was part of a group responsible with taking all of the mess that we all found ourselves in with regards to the carriages.
I see. Is that why you're in tow with this feller here?
Right. We were hoping that you would be able to clear up potentially a couple of issues, given that we had to detain him outside of the city and then bring him back. Would you believe it? He started screaming bloody murder that we were responsible for taking care of his group in a violent manner.
Huh. Well, if they're the bandits we were talking about, I'd hope you take care of him in a bloody manner.
Well, we did have to bring someone back.
Yeah, your buddies were informing me a little bit about what y'all were up to over there. And it sounded like they caused quite a ransacking up over the hills.
I don't have terribly many details because I've had fewer interactions with the individuals in question. I gesture towards Mac for more detailed answers, I believe my companion here would be able to better address the concerns. And Levin is going to take a seat close to Rama's, but pointed towards the Dark Lantern.
You'll notice that the Black Lantern is still standing, and he pulls out like a little notepad, kind of writes on it a couple little notes, kind of looks up at you guys again. This is where you guys are going to be staying for the night.
It's where I'm currently staying. I've purchased rooms for other individuals in the group. I do not know if they're currently using them.
All right. He goes back to writing a little note on his pad. Well, I recommend that you guys stay put for the evening here. All right, just so that we can. I'm going to have a detective come in the morning and ask you guys a couple questions here.
Anyone from the Madani house? I'm curious.
We'll be sending somebody by.
Duly noted, and apologies for the disturbance earlier.
It's always good to meet some new people in town. Now, like I said, just hunker down for the night. Have a good evening, and we'll be in touch with you in the morning.
I mean, if it's anything more than that, I'm pretty sure I can procure services of some assistance in the city with regards to anything that might need clearing up.
He just kind of doesn't look up at you after that as he writes something on the piece of paper. And all of them are with you too. He points to he kind of encircles everybody who's currently sitting at the table.
At this point, I've only literally looked at Ramus and Mech.
Well, oh yeah, so I guess the question is, who else is sitting at the table with you guys? I know Sarah is off to the side, right?
Yes.
And Fennec is at the table with Saris, sitting kind of next to Mech, but he'd have to be in the aisle.
Yeah, Yami, I'd be sitting in a corner somewhere, not too far off, enough to be close, but still by myself.
Not trusting anybody?
Yep, per usual. Base level Yami.
Kind of takes note of everybody in the room. He only motions then at Levin and Mech, who's I guess sitting with Ramus and him. And then he says, all right. Well, thanks for bringing that gentleman in. We'll be seeing you in the morning. And he walks out of the door. And you notice, as he goes out the door, he turns around, looks up at the sign or something up on the wall outside, and then makes another little note, and then carries on as the doors kind of swing shut behind him.
Going to quickly get up, and as I'm walking towards the door, I'm going to cast Disguise Self on myself so that when I cross through the threshold of the door and I step out, I will look like somebody else. In particular, a more nondescript, lower class human woman, pale, slightly ruddy, pale skin, mousy brown hair, a tunic and long skirt, just very sort of average, plain-looking human. And I'm going to tail this guy because I want to know. I don't trust him.
Oh.
Wherever the door is. Oh, that's the door.
Over by 11, yeah.
Also, I want to see if I can, as I'm walking past, see if I spot what he saw or what he made note of. If there's anything more than just a bar sign.
When you look outside, you notice that there's an open window on one of the floors. and it's not one of your all's room.
Okay. All right. Well, that's about all I'm probably gonna get because I don't want to lose this guy, so I'm following him.
All right.
Levin is going to get up, put the cigarette immediately out, book towards the back, and same plan as Ceres. He's going to cast Disguise Self.
As you get up here and say, "Oh, hey, buddy, where are you going off to?"
I forgot to relieve myself.
Oh, okay. Just yeah. And he goes back to his cigar. Now, you metal fella, and you hear as you go out the door, he starts rambling on to Mech about something.
I don't know.
How do the rest of y'all react?
Mech is still kind of confused on how everything was just conspired, and seeing everybody dart off. I'm just gonna go yeah, oh, that's wonderful. Yep, that's great. Listen, okay, I have to, I gotta do something. I'm just gonna go run off to Fennec.
As you go running after him, he's gonna say, "Tell your buddies that I'll have the money at the summit." As he gets up and starts moseying out the door, and he throws a couple coins to the bartender as he goes out the door.
That's right.
Anybody left in the tavern would hear him go, it's busy folk, I guess.
We're totally not getting paid for this job.
Well, we are.
He's going to be dead, and we're not going to get any money.
No. Wait. Are you saying this where I'm able to hear you?
No, that's me. That's me in the meta. I suspect he's going to die. We're not going to get paid.
Fennec's mindset on that would be if he's dead, you just loot him. It's easy money.
Ceres isn't concerned with that. She wants to know what the cop's doing. So, anyhow.
Speaking of looting, the reason I'm going to you is I need the necklace. I know you found something on one of those people that were in there.
Let me check my notes.
You have to. You search everyone. As a matter of fact, where's my money? All right, good.
I do have something regarding.
I believe you're the one that had their relic of whatever they were wearing on their neck. We had a broken one, and we gave them the broken one, but we did have another good one.
Yes, because someone had used the phrase "My lady doesn't like when the symbol is defiant." It's but there's no magical aura to it because I'd used detect magic.
Do you have it?
Why?
Because there's going to be more people coming back here, asking more questions. Because technically, we're detained.
Where are you going to put it?
I don't want it on you.
That's yeah, that's probably right. Here you go.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Better? Okay.
Yep.
People are going to come back and start asking a lot of questions.
So,
I figured the other two are doing something important, so we just need to, I don't know, enjoy the good night. It might be our last.
Well, should we leave then?
I don't think that's a good idea. That'll immediately make us a suspect.
Are we already a suspect?
Yeah, that'll make us more of a suspect.
And what is Levin doing?
I don't know. But I figured it's important because he's been acting weird.
That's a word. Yes. So you think this all has to do with the necklace?
I don't know what any of it has to do with. I just know they're going to come back. They're going to ask questions.
Well, on the topic of the necklace,
they also wanted the other necklace.
Well, on that, they had said, or someone had mentioned, and my brain's a little fuzzy right now. Someone had said, "My lady doesn't like Stefan." Who do we think we might know who that is, or a lead? Is this something that is going to be larger than what we signed up for?
That most likely. The lady, there's a weird guy in the woods who robs people.
They don't like being filed. The irony.
I don't know. Maybe they don't like putting lady in the corner. I don't know.
Should we find out who Lady is? Or do we just try to wipe our hands of this? Because right now it sounds like it's going above what we're being offered.
Oh, absolutely. We're done. Technically.
This is why goblins don't trust people.
And with that, we're going to cut over to Saris and Levin doing their investigation. We'll pick up with you guys in a moment. Let's get that tailing action done and resolved with, right? I'm sure everybody's.
Yeah.
So, Saris, give me a stealth roll at advantage.
Yay.
And then Levin, why don't you do... Oh, I guess you can do the same since you did the same disguise self, didn't you?
Yes, to update on what my disguise self is. Just brown pants, dawn-colored shirt, or beige if people are less familiar with that color. Humanoid, light-skinned tone, brown hair tousled, and specifically, my tongue looks like it's been cut.
Like a serpent?
No, like it's been removed.
Ooh. Okay.
Because if anyone asks, I don't want to have to talk.
Ah. So, Saris, you're...
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'll make the check. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, Saris, you're able to keep a pretty good pacing with him even after having to, turn around, look around up the window and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not going at an urgent pace or anything. He's kind of just moving along his the road, and then after following him for about 15-20 minutes or so, you both would notice this at this point, that he goes into what looks to be like a main Black Lantern kind of building. You can see that there's more guards standing out front of it. Very imposing little building and everything. And it says something along the lines of a little BL and a little crest and everything on the outside.
Interesting. Well, I guess that's to be expected. How pedestrian. Are there any guards at the door?
There's about 2 stationed at the very front of the stairs. They don't seem to be there to stop you if you start getting closer.
Okay. Yeah, I will sort of I'm gonna start making my way to the door. I'm gonna take on the affect of someone who is mildly distressed and worried, and just start to walk up to the door and walk up to one of the guards, "Excuse me, I need to report. My husband's gone missing."
Yeah. Head on in.
Okay, thank you. She nods, she bobs her head. Thank you. And she scuttles on in, and I'm gonna try and see if I can find my mark. Am I able to keep up with it?
Give a perception check here.
Damn it.
As you enter the doorway, it's a fairly busy, whole area. There's a kind of front desk with about 2 other admin officer kind of looking people. They're not in serious armor or anything. They're more kind of just uniform clothing. And then as you kind of look behind that, you notice that there's rows of like tables, and some of them seem to be some of the like guys in armor, and they're hanging out a little bit. And then there seems to be another little area further back that seems to be more like uniformed people sitting at desks of some sort. With an 8, you'll notice that wherever this guy went, you're not sure if you picked up on him, but you see somebody walking to the back of the room, like in the far back right, and up a set of stairs. But then as you turn to your left, you notice that there's a guy wearing a very similar set of armor, and he's going into a room right to your left. Right to your left.
I'll turn left.
As you start to go to the door, you notice that it's locked. You hear behind the door, "Give me a minute, will ya?"
Damn it. Okay. Sorry.
And it wasn't the same voice that you heard earlier, by the way.
I suspect as much. But this is exactly what I've been waiting for, actually. This works out so much better than I could have hoped. I am going to wait for him. I'm not going to say anything else. I'm just going to sit there and wait until the occupant exits.
Okay. We'll get right back to Levin. Are you following in hot pursuit?
No. Levin is going to, passing by, he basically looks like a working gentleman. I'm going to see if I can procure a small bag of birdseed.
Okay.
And I'm going to go to a bench nearby the station that my target went into. And I'm going to take some time and I'm going to start feeding birds. Over the course of, say, like 10 minutes, I'm going to be casting Speak with Animals and questioning the birds in the area.
Did you make your tongue reappear? Or does it just not look like
It's literally
there?
just, it's disguise, part of the sky self. It is illusion, but I can actually speak.
Cool. That's fun. That's handy. Usually
But
like some
birds
weirdo
aren't going to tell on me.
Those birds are going to narc you out.
Of course they are.
Yeah.
But for the next 10 or so minutes, I'll be able to comprehend and verbally communicate with beasts.
Cool. I like it.
But I'm just going to get some... My intent is to get some basic information on what's been going on and what they've noticed in the immediate area for the day. Like, did they see some individual being brought in matching the description of the guy that me and Meg brought to the Black Lantern?
Okay. The little black birds, they'll give you a short answer of, I saw them. Food, as they kind of like pat their wings.
And of course, I'm going to placate them with food and ask a couple of follow-up questions along the lines of, where did you last see him? Did you see him through any of the windows from outside?
No, here. Out front.
And I'll instruct that one, fly to there and come back.
You see him like fly up to the main door, and he kind of gives like a little hop around and like flaps his little wings real quick, and then he flutters over again.
All right. And over the course of the next few minutes, I'm going to be describing a loud, boisterous individual with one mechanical leg.
Okay.
Specifically, Ramus. Has he been here over the course of the past couple of hours?
They all kind of like turn their heads and start looking around like,
Since the sun came up.
They're all like looking at each other. Food? Huh? What up with that, huh?
All right. I'll finish distributing, and I'll start making my way back towards the tavern.
All right. Over that course of the 10 minutes, Saris, you had time to enact your plan. I'm gonna guess. After a couple minutes, you hear a kind of flushing sound from inside the room. And the guy comes out and he walks out and over back to where the rest of the guards are kind of hanging out.
As he walks past, I'll be like dancing a little bit on my feet, like I'm very anxious to get inside.
Okay.
And then I will step inside, close the door, and I will cast invisibility on myself.
Okay. Sounds like a plan to me.
Yep. And I don't know if you want to carry on with that past that, or you want to bounce to anybody else.
I would like to continue with this for a moment, and then we'll go over to the other group.
Cool, because I know what I'm doing.
Okay, cool. I was going to say, if you need a moment to think, I'll give you that.
No, I will unlatch the door and slowly open it to make it look like it's like leave the door open so it's unoccupied and then step out. And basically what I'm going to do is do a very complicated game of Invisible Frogger, where I'm going to be following behind people as they're going through doors and around like desks and stuff, and I'm making my way to those stairs where I saw my guy go, or what I think is my guy.
Okay.
And it's just like, still like, trying not to get too close, staying out of people's way, finding the path where I'm like not going to bump into anybody, and get across the room and up those stairs.
All right. And as you start going up the stairs, you're able to do it relatively easily with all the kind of like hustle and bustle going on in the room getting noticed. However, with the stealth check that I'm going to ask you to do is going to be for when you get up the stairs.
Okay.
Because as you're going up, it's a tight fit. And so basically, how well can you weave in between the people?
Gotcha. I am an excellent weaver. Stealth. Do I have advantage for being invisible, or?
No, because this is more of a physical thing compared to being like visibly seen. So you could also use, I could also say you have, dexterity either way. I guess that is a dexterity skill, so there you go. Either way, you're able to do it pretty handily. You're up on the tippy toes as you're like sneaking invisibly.
Mm-hmm.
Get up the stairs and you kind of like look around and you notice that this is like a more, it's a quieter room. There's a couple people like talking to like what look to be maybe like more like higher up kind of guys. Some of these dudes are wearing very nice uniforms with little like jackets and everything, and most of them have some sort of like identification on them. You notice off to like one of the side parts of the room, there's a uniformed guy kind of talking to another dude in one of these fancy uniforms over there.
Mm-hmm. All right. I think I want to get close enough to hear what they're saying.
All right. Sneaking over isn't too hard. This area is way less busy than the other. And so as you're getting closer, you start hearing kind of like the stuff of like, yeah, go check these people out. Apparently they caught some sort of bandit and he's in interrogation now. While like, they kind of go through like the rigmarole of like, he was like, there is this elf guy. He was with a Warforged dude. Apparently this has something to do with those refugees that are being shipped out in a week or so. So I figure maybe you want to go talk to them and see what else you can dig up. And then the guy like in the uniform says, he kind of like looks down and then like rubs his brow. Always something to do. And I was gonna have an easy day tomorrow. But whatever. This shouldn't be too long, right? No. Just go talk and figure it out. Anything else though? As you go hear that conversation.
I'm gonna step away from that. Is there any kind of? If I look around a little bit, can I? Is there like a records room?
As you glance around, nothing says records on it. You notice that there's like another person's, like what looks to be like a commander's kind of office. There's also like kind of a room with like a little tiny window on the door. And there looks to be what you can see as as it opens again, a bathroom also up here. Mm-hmm.
All right. Suppose I will. Guess for now that I'm gonna call it good and cut before I do anything silly. Well, wait.
You don't want to do something silly?
Well, I mean, they're silly and then they're silly. Are there any, like, is there anything interesting on this officer's desk?
You notice that he has a Sharn University cup on it. And that might be the most interesting thing on it. Other than some papers, you can kind of pick up a little bit of what they're reading, but the notes don't seem to make any sense being out of context.
Cool. I'm going to look a step towards the mug, and then what I want to do is like reach over along the side of the desk and knock something off next to him on the other side of the desk opposite of me, so that so ideally what happens is he looks at it, he goes, "Oh, what's that?" And he goes to pick it up, and I will swipe the cup and put it in my pouch and carry it away with me.
Bold. Okay. Just so you know, there is the other guard still there, by the way.
Oh, no, I'm not going to do this in front of him. I was waiting for him to leave.
Oh, okay.
I'm not insane. I'm not stupid about crime.
Because they did start going into a separate conversation about something else.
Right. Never mind. I am less interested. Well, how are they, like, sitting? Is the cup out of their field of view?
You did your distraction trick, it might be totally out of their field of view.
I'm gonna try the distraction trick.
Okay.
I want this cup.
Now, there's a couple things on the desk. There's some papers, there's a small notepad, and there's a pen laying on the desk along with the cup.
That's like the papers in like a stack?
Loosely, there's maybe like 6 of them all in like a little stack. It's not very high though.
Okay. No, that's fine. In my head, just imagine like, be the breeze. And I'm just gonna gently lean over and casually knock him off the side of the desk towards, away from the mug. If I can.
do a stealth acrobatics check if you like. I think that one of the. Oh no, a sleight of hand. What am I talking about? That'd be perfect for it.
Okay. Sleight of hand.
All right.
I'm gonna roll a nat 1. I can feel it.
You're gonna have to roll it twice, by the way, and also steal the cup. So if you want, just double it up.
Does the 25 give me advantage on the next one?
No,
Damn it.
but
Okay.
it will increase your chances as the papers go flying across the room.
Cool. Well, take what I can get. Here goes nothing. Ooh.
You're able to snag it.
Cool.
As you start to kind of like hustle out the room, you hear somebody say, "Hey, where the hell did my cup go?" And you glance back over your shoulder. You notice like that they're looking all over, like under the desk and all over the place.
Yeah. That's cool. I'm leaving now.
And we'll pick up over with Fennec, Mech, and Yami. So you guys have been hanging out the bar, getting into some trouble, hopefully.
I mean, it can happen.
There is a dartboard.
It's too easy. All right, gents. While you have two gone, what do we want to do? I'm not just gonna sit here and twiddle my thumbs and wait. I know we're being deranged, but
Uh-huh.
I need to do something.
What do you want to do?
Something.
As you're saying that, Levin comes walking into the room. If he still might be disguised, though.
I would have taken the time to make sure that my disguise falls pretty much as I'm crossing underneath an area where it's very low light, like under a canopy or something, and then I'd walk in as normal.
Okay.
Well, look, there's your something.
Oh, something. All right.
While I was out, I was just confirming that they did indeed bring our individual over to the station.
That's good, but I feel like there's a but.
He's gonna look around the room. Where's Cyrus?
Not here.
I figured you might know.
She hightailed it after you.
After me, I exited, and he's gonna point past Mech's shoulder towards the back of the bar.
She went first.
She hightailed it before you.
She's probably doing something foolish, isn't she?
We did bring a cop in here, so
This is Wroat. There are cops everywhere.
Okay, what did you find out?
Nothing. I just want to confirm that our prisoner was, in fact, in the proper place.
So, that performance of yours early, what the hells was that?
Was to deliberately to get your attention so that you would stop acting as though you were associated with the wrong people.
unless they
If you noticed when I walked in, the only two people I looked at were Ramis and Mech.
Smart play. So, are we being deranged? Detained?
There you go.
That is how I informed Mech. We should act as though we are already under arrest.
I don't like that idea.
Um,
Maybe I can talk us out of it.
No.
Fennec?
No. Nope.
If you are
Nope.
going to talk to anyone, the only words you're going to say to law enforcement are, I would like to solicit a barrister from the Speakers Guild. I will not say anything until I've had the talk to representation.
I would like to solicit outside of this bar.
He couldn't figure out the taint.
I want a lawyer.
Not lawyers. They're even lower than us goblins. We despise them. You
Yeah,
think we're greedy little shits?
No, but cops listen to them.
And you notice that the door
Most-
opens, but no one's there.
What? Ghost?
Maybe someone's invisible.
Levin's going to listen intently for footsteps.
Saris, how quiet are you walking?
I'm muted. Okay. She's not being overly stealthy about things, and she's just gonna grab an empty chair and sit in it, still invisible. She's gonna pull out a mug that says University of Sharn and just put it on the table. That felt good.
And
You guys see like a cup just start floating in the air.
Saris, are you dead?
Do you think I would come back to you if I would dead?
Good point. Alright, I was right.
well,
Levin is going to get up from his chair, walk over to the ashtray there where he put out a cigarette. He's going to pick it up and relight it.
And with that, we're going to be going to break, y'all. We'll pick up there in a moment.
got a response to Mac.
You can give it to us after the break.
All right.
We'll let the audience anticipate it.
Dissipate, people.
Oh, no, don't dissipate. Whatever you do.
I said anticipate.
Oh, okay. I thought you said don't dissipate. I said,
No, anticipate.
We wait with bated breath.
hope you're all ready to hear Fennec's awesome joke. If it doesn't live up to the anticipation, it's all his fault, not mine, for causing the break right there. Just, by the way, I wanted to lay that out in the front. Also, remember to go to dicelegion.com and use the QR code at the bottom of the doobly-doo on the YouTube page. And with that, you'll be getting a percentage off of the dice. It'll help us out with the channel, and you'll get some cheaper dice yourself. With that, now we'll let you go, Fennec. Sorry for that.
All right, so is that to be Fennec saying it, or can it be Matt saying? Because I do have a joke, but I don't know how to tie it, like the name. I'd have to play around with the name, but it's.
I thought you did.
I'm too curious. I just want to hear the joke.
All right. What is Whitney Houston's favorite kind of coordination?
Oh, God.
Oh,
This is going to go horribly.
And die.
No.
Actually,
we're done. Show's over. This has been a great campaign. Fireball comes out of the sky. We all die. And yeah, see you guys for season 2 for the next game.
Okay.
Campaign 1.
Did I kill? I was gonna say, did I kill Anthony?
I think you did. I don't see him in the chat anymore.
I'm surprised to see me in the chat.
Well, as the night goes on, the night there is fairly uneventful. You know, you guys have a nice little drinking time, maybe telling little stories about yourself if you do, or maybe you just go to bed. Following morning, we all pop up. As you guys are getting doing your morning routine, about at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, an elf comes walking in with a long overcoat, and behind him a fairly large warforge. They got the symbol of the Black Lanterns, like a little lantern with and then in the split of the lantern where one piece pane of glass would be and then the other, it says a little B and then an L. And he kind of surveys the room. Is a 11 in here? 11.
From my seat at the table, I would raise my hand.
Ah, good. He kind of strolls over and he gestures to the seat. He's like, "You mind if I sit down?"
No objections.
Thanks. He kind of kicks back his duster. Are the rest of you guys with Levin at the moment or elsewhere?
God, no. I'm sitting at the bar drinking from my Sharn University mug.
Very nice. At 9 a.m. Oh, wait. Well, I guess you could be drinking anything, couldn't you?
Yep.
I would be with Levin. I want to know what's going on.
Same.
Okay. Yami? All right.
Yeah, I would have went with them as well. If seeing the other two go with them, I'm like, all right, now I guess this is kind of getting serious. So I follow loosely behind.
And you notice that the Warforge kind of just stands over his left shoulder the whole time as the gentleman takes his seat. I'm Detective Brasco. I'm part of the Black Lanterns Inquisitation Squad. I've been lead to understand that you guys brought in a bandit, and we wanted to just follow up with some questions and see what you guys knew about this and everything, and just make sure we got everything ironed out. All right?
By all means, ask away.
All right, good, fantastic. So you found these guys days travel or something away? Do I understand that right?
Levin would relay the path that they took, and then the follow-up for the walking that we did.
Okay. Thanks. I think okay. We'll have some people investigating out there. And now, just some other, little questions. Was there any other odd individuals out there with them? Anything like that?
Not
What do you
that
mean
we've
by odd?
noticed. The individuals that were summarily dispatched should be present at the scene unless someone else has removed the bodies.
Okay. Just to help us with our records out too. We want to know like who's y'all are. So for the record, can I just get each one of you guys' names?
Levin Verlaine.
And you, Mr. Warforged.
I go by Mech.
Mac, I like it. This is Senti over here. You notice the large Warforged just give like a little nod down as his arms are like folded over his chest.
Give it one of those like when when you're the same kind of people, you just kind of understand what he's doing. Like, all right, I know why you're there.
And you, your name over here, as he points over at Yami.
Yami.
All right. You got a last name, bud, or just that?
Just Yami. And I cross my arms.
All right. And what about you, short stuff? I'm just kidding. As he gives like a little elbow out, as if he's trying to joke with you.
Pardon me, officer. Do you have any objections? And I pull a cigarette out of my pocket. Do you have any objections?
No, please, by all means.
And I motion to the group, holding out an additional one. Does anybody else?
I will definitely step forward and grab one. This is going to be a while. I'll take one if you're offering.
I'll light his first, and then I'll light mine.
Yep, and I'm sitting back in my position, puffing.
Now, have y'all seen any odd activity around the city recently? Been approached by any, shifty individuals, anything like that?
What's your definition of odd?
Well, you mean besides the one that are attacking us in the middle of the train station? Nah, not at all.
No. The train station is a different department. I'm talking about in the city, any folks coming up to you making weird offers, talking about some kind of monarchy stuff here.
Not from Wroat, and we have limited experience towards the individuals of the area. We don't know how to define what would be unusual.
It's all
What was that one ogre's name? I've heard about her one time. I'm not sure from where. Can you remind me? You might have not heard of her.
Ogre in Wroat, I have never met an individual like that.
There's some ogres in Wroat. What, were you approached by an ogre over here? Well,
not that I'm aware of.
No.
Again, talking with the train, that's not my jurisdiction. I ain't gonna bust your balls over something that happened there. Don't sweat it.
I was just curious.
If you get approached by some odd individuals, let's say, we're just asking about it. Had some weird peoples coming around town. You notice he is kind of like looking side to side as he's like talking about this.
Well, as has been brought to our attention for purposes of work, we are tasked with assisting in the moving of refugees. I'm assuming that there's going to be a bit of a mixing pot of personalities.
Exactly, and I heard you guys have been in that area recently, hanging around Ramus, Udrin a little bit here. You guys got a job from him. We just want to, if you guys heard anything in the camps or anything, we want to just know about it, okay?
Well, less hanging around and more adjusting to. He tends to have that boisterous personality.
He's a good guy overall. He's doing an important thing. Helping these people get a new life in life.
What are we talking about again?
These
Yeah,
individuals,
give
these
us a
kind
job.
individuals, are discussing with us and questioning us, trying to get their information and the affairs of the previous day in order.
Oh no, I know that. I know that. But you said Ramus, what was his name?
That would be the individual who hired us to go investigate what happened with the carriages.
Ah, gotcha.
Right. Well, again, we thank you for helping with that dispute. We're going to go send some people out to go investigate the site. Really appreciate what y'all did, okay? Now, if you do hear of anything, we really would like if you guys came to us and told us about anything like that, okay? Especially if any oddballs come up to you, doing something, asking for something weird or something like that, Sometimes these crimes, they ain't like they seem to be connected like that, but they lead into something bigger, if you catch my drift.
Snowball, as it were.
Yeah. I don't know what a snowball is. We ain't getting a lot of snow down here. But
I've heard the phrase in shine once or twice.
Hey, all right. Well, those city people, I've only been up there for a little bit. Did a little time there doing university work. But
Most
never
of
had
them
snow.
seem to have their heads in the clouds, some of them quite literally.
Yeah. You funny guy. And he kind of gives a chuckle about it.
And Levin is giving the most deadpan look. He didn't even realize he made a joke.
Well, Senny, what do you think? And you hear the Sentinel talk for the first time, and he's got that super deep voice that if you've seen Futurama, the other robot cop has. So I think we're all good here.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Actually, it's not the robot from Invader Zim. Present hall pass.
No.
I'd be a little more worried.
Yeah, he's not that one. So, it's well, thank you for your time. You guys enjoy the rest of your day.
I do have a follow-up question.
Yeah. He kind of starts getting up and everything as you ask the question.
If our work with the refugees is to take us outside of Wroat, how would we be able to establish contact with you?
With me, outside of Wroat, a little bit tricky, with the whole thing.
Jurisdiction and whatnot, yes.
Yeah, we got a little bit of leeway, but if you needed help, I might not be the best person to get in contact. I'm an investigator kind of deal, okay?
Right.
If you wanted something investigated in the city, by all means, or you find some sort of like we were talking about thing going on. Sure.
So we would probably be expecting someone from House Daneth.
Yeah, someone like that.
Mercenary guilds.
You guys seem pretty capable too. I think you guys shouldn't have too much trouble. But hey, Ramus is a good guy. He'll take care of you guys if you do help him out and such.
Well, I hope so.
All right. Well, we'll be seeing you guys. Hopefully not too soon, am I right?
Levin shrugs.
Hey, tough crowd. They kind of they walk out of the room. They're gone.
We have to get paid today.
Yami, as soon as that door closes, you're gonna see Levin, he hasn't taken a drag off that cigarette yet. He's gonna long pull it to the end of it and just put it into the ashtray.
As I was almost a quarter way with mine. Damn. Huh. Hey then. I'm gonna look at Levin I'm gonna whisper towards Levin direct wait, I noticed that when I said the ogre, you didn't mention it, but when Ramos came up,
And as soon as you say the ogre, Levin's gonna turn at you and blow that full cloud of smoke in your face. Just
okay.
Why would you talk about stuff they weren't asking questions for?
I wasn't. I was asking about. I was trying to get information about them.
About the ogre you killed?
you're.
I didn't kill no.
Hold
She
on,
jumped out
hold
of the
on,
window.
hold on. Yummy, you're not familiar with power dynamics when it comes to law enforcement, are you?
Not really. I normally am. I know about
Okay,
the town,
then,
but I'm never here to deal with
Pardon,
politics.
pardon my language when I state this. You fucked up.
Mm-hmm. Should have taken like me. I stayed absolutely quiet. He didn't even get my name.
Well, noted. Don't say anything.
Mm-hmm. I have Levin to thank for that one.
This is why I hate cities.
Thank you for trusting me, Fennec.
I do. So now we can go cause mischief, and you're all fudged.
Do we have to? We just got off the radar. Do we have to get back on it?
You just got off the radar. I never got on the radar.
Okay.
But out of the kindness of my heart, that only beats once. I'm in it. I'll cater to you folks.
Okay, you're gonna have to teach me that little trick.
I was born with it. No,
So
wait, no.
what you're saying is that you can't. Got it.
So I'm gonna retract that. He wasn't. I honestly don't know what happened. I mean, I will be honest. It is freaky at times. Like when it's quiet and all of a sudden it's like silence, thump, scares the crap out of me every time.
That would explain the night terror screaming.
How long can you hold your breath?
Who are you asking this question to?
I'm just thinking about it. I'm just looking at Fennec. Like if it only beats a little minute, you must be able to hold your breath for 20 minutes.
I haven't tried, per se. I don't often play dead. I often make.
You should try it. I'll stop you when you turn blue.
I was gonna say you haven't tried it yet. It doesn't mean you can't until you try.
I mean,
Wait,
on
you're
command, Levin
green,
can
right?
hold it for about maybe 4 minutes.
You're green, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll stop you when you turn yellow.
I mean, I breathe normally. It's just.
Can we go and see to the refugee thing?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we should
where's
get paid.
Ceres?
This sounds like a conversation we could have while moving.
Where's Ceres?
Trying to get my heart rate up.
Has anybody
Levin
seen
is
her?
going to hook a thumb towards the Sharn University mug that's over at the bar.
Did I just get Aaron to laugh? That beats any inspiration I've ever received.
But all right.
Let's go.
All
Science. It's
All
gonna
right.
go 2 beats a minute.
Yep. It will. When it looks like they're done with whatever they're doing at the table, she will drink the rest of her mug's contents, put the mug in her bag, and walk over and join the group. And it's like, all right, where we going?
Maybe go get paid.
Ramos had work for us concerning the refugees. Do you feel like getting paid?
Yes.
Let's go.
Lead on.
And we lead on. All right, so you guys make your way out to the outskirts of the refugee camp. over in this region down here to the southwest. You can see a little bleaching if you'd like. Those of you got all viewers on the map, that's about where the camp is kind of situated. Takes you a little bit of time to come up, and after talking and blah 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 and all that stuff, you guys get your way there, and you're kind of like looking around the camp, and then some of you guys with a high passive perception would smell the odor of a fairly heavy cigar. And then a few moments later, you hear, "Ah, finally!" as a large, boisterous man with a metal leg comes strolling out from around the corner. "Ah, I was told that you guys were here, that you guys got into the camp. Finally. Come with me, come over to my tent. I have everything for us."
We still get paid for bad news, right?
Huh? Course. And so I'd just like to think that with the good news of the bandits being dealt with, as you said, I have your money right here on the table. You see, there's a little sack of gold laid out for each one of you guys. Go on, it's yours. Have at it. Just try not to spend it all in one place, all right?
75, right?
75 per. Counted it out. Had men counted out just earlier. Now tell me, what's the shape of the wagons and everything?
That's the bad news.
Yeah.
Damn it.
They took everything.
And broke, but they didn't take.
Damn. Well, it's gonna make things harder, but we'll be able to survive. We'll figure this out. We'll just have to have some of the people walk if we can't figure something else out, unfortunately.
How long again were you dealing with them?
Pardon?
How long again was this being a problem for you?
No, this is just a one-time thing. Before, we've been traveling this road back and forth with minor spats. Some goblins here and there as we're going across the mountain, as we're going next to the mountains and everything. But otherwise, ain't nothing too big. Heck, the goblins barely caused us any trouble other than, hurling some rocks at us and such. Just being a little nuisance.
Yeah, they do that.
As you hear a clink as a rock hits him in the head.
If I gotta say anything, he's on par with his time.
Those little suckers got good aim out here too.
They do. Have you heard anything about a cult or some kind of weird worshipping or something about a lady?
No, I can't say I have. Shoot, that's out of my range. I ain't too religious myself. But people got what they believe what they believe. Just crazy that those sickos out there, destroying up those wagons. Guess they just trying to find something to take and all that.
It's what I figured. I figured maybe it'd be a pattern.
Have you heard any reports or rumors regarding necromancy? It's like sightings of undead.
No, not on our trail. No. As you get closer to the Mournland and such, there's things that come out of there that, from what I hear, beyond our reckoning. But we don't really deal with none of that. So no, I can't say.
With the mention of the Mournland and kind of how we went about it, it's not very visible, but anybody with a high enough passive or whatnot would actually see Fennec really internalizing that part of the conversation like as if he's like taking notes of particularly the Mornland conversation.
Now, back to a little bit of business. How many of y'all would like to help us along with the next leg of with this next grouping? Unfortunately, with the loss of that caravan, we lost a lot of good men that were running protection for us too. So we could definitely use some good hands like y'all, especially if there is some sort of necromancy stuff going on along the roads there.
Ooh, an escort. I love escorts.
Stares at him.
It's great pay, double what you
Yes.
got right there.
Long periods of boredom punctuated by brief moments of panic.
Man, tell me about it. I ain't never had a worse thing than when a horse is trying to get across a raging river.
Or if an axle breaks.
That too. But what do y'all say? What do you think?
How much are we talking for an escort? Because now we're providing security. This is no longer just search.
What? 150.
He
I
literally
double-
just said double previous rate.
Mm-hmm. Double the previous rate. It is for going there and back, just so we're all clear and everything. Especially now with the lessening of the wagons and such, we definitely need to make sure everything that we can gets back.
Well, what's the expected duration of the journey?
It should be just about a week and some change. Might take a little longer without the wagons, but I ain't imagine it'll take too much longer. Worst case scenario, it would be 2 weeks in total.
It's not terrible.
No. What
I mean,
else are we doing?
Mech, for 2 weeks for you was what, a minute?
No. Why would... No. Time is still normal.
No.
Why would you think that?
Well, if I'm going to have potentially up to 2 weeks, I'm going to need some supplies to engage myself during downtime. Would there be any objections for me to go get this?
Oh no, you guys have at least another. Shoot, I'm gonna try to wrangle some stuff up over the next 2 days. Shit, if the wagons ain't coming back, they ain't coming back. We ain't gonna get some new ones. So I may as well we gotta just prepare the people who'll get ready to walk. So unless y'all can think of any crazy miracles, let us know. But yeah, I'll get the people ready. We'll be set up in 2 days and we'll pack up and we'll all ship out together.
Who you're coming with?
Of course, I ain't never do a job like this without coming along.
Admirable. Respect it.
All right, thanks. But go get your affairs in order. Well, I'll put you down on the list for folk with coming with, and we'll see you here in about 2 days. In 2 days, 2 days, 2 days. Yeah, promise. 2 days. We'll pack up. First light. We're heading out.
2 days. All right.
We'll be here.
All right.
All right.
As we leave, I want to ask the group, can we, rent one of those sky ships? I mean, we have a pilot already.
The sky coaches are not meant for long distance travel for several days.
Ah.
You would be thinking an airship, and we don't exactly have funds for that.
That's why I thought we could rent one.
A sky coach or an airship?
Something that'll fit everybody.
I feel like I need to inform you as to the total cost of that, but you could go up to the house and ask yourself.
That feels like that's a big no.
It's a per person cost, and it's in to the tune of hundreds to thousands of gold.
I hear walking sounds nice. Can use a little exercise.
I'll be riding in a wagon.
I'll walk alongside. And I'll take my breaks in the wagon.
I could stretch my legs.
Yeah, you'll have double the distance to cover.
This is nothing new for me. About time we stretch our legs, always flying those fancy carriages and whatnot.
Yeah, but there's no dark corner for you to hide in and be by yourself and sulk.
What do you mean? It's dark in the woods.
I can create dark corners.
I don't want to encourage him.
That's a spirit. It's an appendix for once. How about that?
What? With me? Huh?
Dark corners, yes. Anyways, we're going camping. I like it. So, what do we do in the meantime? You said we got 2 days before we leave?
Yeah.
We gotta wait for 11. He's gotta pick up some supplies.
I wouldn't
Sure.
even be picking up some things. I read about some stuff that could be pretty useful.
Alright, I wouldn't mind strolling through town as well. Might as well, we got more than enough time.
Right. The last time I let you two guys go shopping, we came back with fancy hats. So
Okay, we're gonna get better hats. Duh.
So now we need canes.
Ooh,
No,
I like your style, Fennec.
no. A lot of you don't know how to be inconspicuous at all. This is distressing.
ooh, a monocle.
Ooh, bow
Oh,
tie.
I'm in.
Ooh, monocles.
Come
I
on,
like
Jeff.
monocles.
Let's go.
I like. Alright, come on.
God,
We gotta be more dapper than dapper.
you're a bunch
Come
of
on, Cyrus. You know you do deep down.
At
Deep,
least,
deep down.
You're-
if not a hat, at least a monocle. You gotta love it with us.
If you'll
Think of
excuse
it-
me, I'm going to procure my supplies.
You're a bunch of pretentious peanuts.
Ooh, that was
Think
a
of
good
it for
name
adding
too.
to your disguise wardrobe.
But you're
What's-
not wearing them as disguises. You're wearing them as your clothes.
What do you
And,
mean?
and no one would see it coming.
Exactly.
Hide in plain sight.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's not how that works.
Have you tried it?
Yes!
Mhm.
Yes, I have. I know how to hide in plain sight.
With poop all over your shirt. Not me. I'm fancy.
No, it was piss.
Oh, there we go. Either or. Anyways, let's follow 11 so we can get our monocles.
Okay, there we
I
go.
want to pick up a monocle, and I overheard someone in the library once. I don't know what the big deal was about it, but he told me once if I wanted something special, he always carried around this bag with these beans in it.
What?
I'm gonna go see if somebody can. Is there like a plant shop I can go find these beans?
Just looking for a bag of beans.
Yes,
Is it a magical bag of beans?
I heard they're a blast.
I don't want anything to do about this.
Hmm.
I don't know if I
That
should
sounds
encourage
fun.
this. Of course you would say that.
I mean, hey. Why not?
That or the staff is good. I want something that will maybe like harness my abilities a little bit more, fine tune this.
That might be better than blowing one of your fingers off.
I mean, I still like the beans, but let's see what we got. Let's just get there.
All right, let's get into town.
All right. Let's get a shopping, right?
All right.
Yeah, let's do this.
So,
I
Let's
will. Every time Mech, Yami, or Fennec reach for a monocle, I will slap their hands.
A
So,
lot of
as,
slapping.
by the way, just in my
I
head,
was about to say
I imagine as that's happening, the start to Jitterbug starts playing. You know,
Yeah,
and
there's
you
a
guys are going through
montage.
the close shots like Jitterbug.
No, I don't have
Yeah,
mage hand.
trying on different armors, swords, and then every like scenes like you see us trying to reach for a monocle. No,
That's a lot of slapping because Mech was going to buy 2 monocles.
I was about
Oh
to
my
say,
god.
I was gonna buy one
You
for
see
everybody.
Fennec and Yami like turn themselves around with the little hats and everything like that with the canes. Sarah and Levin are like, oh my god, what did we do?
No, Levin is nowhere near any of this.
He's gone. He left.
Is
Oh,
this
okay.
I mean, Cyrus can dip out in an instant if things get bad, so she doesn't mind following along. Maybe keeping them from making the worst of decisions.
Buy monocles. Got it.
Some of the worst decisions were made with the best intentions.
Yes.
You see Fennec trying to run off, and Sarah's picking him back up as he went to go buy a monocle, as nobody thought he was looking.
I
So-
will say
A little montage.
Mech comes
secret-
back with 4 of them.
You got a little montage,
What?
man.
How are you gonna wear all of these?
I just,
No, he just like installs them, so they're like those little things that like Optimus Prime has. It's just like, and it just like shuffles them in and out.
Oh my god.
I figured I could wear 2 on one eye and get like an extra zoom.
And each one's a different color, so it's like blue, red, green.
Like the 3D glasses.
3D.
All right. If not a monocle, I'm getting a cane.
Here, by the way, it's not going to cost like the clothes wouldn't cost too much money in total. So we'll get to that at the at the very end there. Once I can pull all that stuff up, because that's a funny loop that you're throwing me for. They say that the DM can never be surprised, right?
What we try to do.
Challenge.
Monocles. Where is that on the list?
Can't plan for us.
Nothing about this is a good idea.
Can I get tiny glasses instead then? Like the ones that just sit on the nose.
You don't need these things.
We know.
The bowler hat's already excessive.
we want them.
You know, Mike, I'm liking you more and more. Saying everything on my mind.
Before we go into town, do I have time to like go change into my new suit?
Yeah.
Fennec will take a couple minutes, go and change, and he comes out just like, holding the cuff of the suit, like just kind of like chest out, proper.
Yeah, I like it. The suits each will cost about, in total, with all the gear and everything, 40 a piece for like the really nice ones. Just by the way,
Wait,
we're talking like good, like a fabric, any color that you would want. Also, just don't want to throw that out there in case some of you guys want something other than black. Maybe someone wants a bright turquoise or orange color.
Nice powder blue.
That's it, powder blue. That's the color I was thinking of.
Don't you steal my color?
I do actually have a powder blue suit.
That's
Powder blue.
the
I don't
choice.
know about wearing a suit. I like my armor better, my rusty armor better, but
Shift
Levin,
weave.
Levin, I've left you out of what you're buying, by the way. The more practical person. Let's get him in for a moment.
There are 2 things that Levin would have been doing. The first is re-upping on any expended supplies, crossbow bolts, and the like. The second items that he would have been attempted to procure are empty first level spell scrolls, because he's going to be spending some downtime scribing some first level spell scrolls.
Okay.
either to sell or for the rest of the party to use as discretionary measures.
Okay.
The second thing he would have been doing would have been as part of the background. He has a feature for a researcher.
Okay.
So he's going to be looking into the name Vol and any significance behind the name.
Okay. The researcher fee. Do you have like any more specifics about that, by the way, before I have you make any sort of rolls or anything?
It's the feature researcher, and it's when I attempt to learn or recall a piece of lore. If I don't know the information, I often know where or from whom I can obtain it. Usually it's from a library, scriptorium, university, sage, learned person. It's at the DM's discretion that you might consider that the knowledge I seek might be secreted away in the most inaccessible places, or that simply cannot be found.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's the basis of a whole adventure, but for cursory research, it's like if I don't immediately know, I know who to ask, I know where to look.
Yeah. Okay.
It's just part of the background.
Right. No, that's totally cool. Thanks for filling in that info. Money-wise, for that cost of equipment, let's call it like just a good 20 or so, or no, sorry, 30.
Spell scrolls of first level would each cost 25 for the materials.
Okay, my fault. So how many were you getting?
I was hoping to get 6, but I do not know the supply and demand for first level empty spell scrolls.
You're in luck. They have 5 of them.
All right. I'll deduct as appropriate. Thank you very much.
All right. To your other question about the researching, you would know that there's a fairly large university and library here over in Wroat. So you could inquire about that information over there. If you were to go, when you go there, you walk up the nice steps. It's a fairly large building, especially at the library. And it's if you walk in and it's filled. It's a nice library. It's not dusty books that are poorly kept. They're all very well maintained. There's people going around dusting the shelves, making sure everything's okay. And there's even a librarian on call if you need to ask her any questions about anything. Upon trying to get some information and see about if there's any sort of books about the blood of Vol, I was thinking. Is that what
specifically the name Vol and any associations with any ladies of prominence.
Okay. She directed you over to one book that you could check out if you wanted. There is a gold retained fee that you will get back if you return the book. Instead of a library card that we now have in the modern day.
I would basically just take notes and do whatever I could to just have material to reference.
It's a bit bigger than you were maybe hoping for. It's not a small book. It seems to be going back about something along of ancient history and everything. And
then I would attempt to coordinate with a librarian of a sort to see if I can cross-reference information, just to narrow down something usable that I can then follow up on at a later time.
Okay. And she'll help you with transcribing some stuff down. At the moment, you're kind of just going through a fair amount of pages. Am I inferring that right? That you're kind of just taking notes rather than copying things? And then you're
taking notes, making annotations. I would be spending a couple of hours doing this.
Okay. Just trying to get the idea of what you're exactly instead of just transcribing the whole
if I
book.
return to Rhoda, if I get to another major city, at the very least, I have a starting point.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so you'll spend a chunk of time doing that with her.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Nice and easy. Let's see. Saris, I ain't heard from you in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
you left the shopping trip, I'm guessing, in utter dismay,
Yeah.
realizing that they were buying you outfits.
After she gets a sense of what's happening with their shopping plans. She knows she has business she wants to take care of as well. I also had there was that note from that guy. He told me to look for someone else when I went looking for like the criminal underground.
Yeah.
Can I at least track down the location? I think I'm supposed to meet this guy at night, so I don't know if I'm actually able to find him now, but I would like to have the location available.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm just going to scope that out for a bit, get an idea of what's going on there, or at least see if I can get a sense of it.
So you're pointed as when you go to the location, you first notice that the name is Carson James. And you go and you're pointed out to a fairly in the middle of the day. It doesn't seem to be too much other than that there seems to be like some bar signs hanging around. And this must be some sort of like night hotspot in a way for everybody that's like a lower to middle class economic status. Judging from your initial investigation and kind of just looking at the stylings of building. Now, not to say these people are like poor or anything, but they're probably on the lower end of the scale of what you've seen around Wroat. The bushes aren't like super tight maintained, but they are well kept. All the signage is still up and good. However, unlike things like the Dancing Dragon, which had like, the paint job seemed to be redone like every day or something like that. These ones look like they got some chipping on them. It's starting to fade a little bit, and things are upkept just to the code that they're allowed to be at.
Right. And does the front door appear to be watched or guarded in any way? Is there a front door?
There is. It's closed though.
Okay.
The bar that you were kind of like directed to on the little note sheet doesn't actually like say a time or anything. But when you look at the hours on the thing, it just says closed.
Fair
And
enough.
as you put you're kind of like watching in the window, I imagine a little bit. You're like looking in, and you don't hear or see anything either.
All good. All good. That's enough for now. I just need to know that I can find the place. In which case, I will then jaunt off to see if I can acquire some things. Probably a little bit of housekeeping purchases, kind of in the same vein as Levin, where I'm going to actually buy a little bit of a surplus of crossbow bolts to get me up to 40.
Okay.
Which I think is just gonna say cost me a gold piece. If it's too much, I'll tip the guy.
Yeah, gold piece allegedly.
And I think, do I have? I don't. Okay. Oh right. I'm still on my quest to find fucking thieves' tools.
Levin didn't give those to you? I thought he gave you the
Nope. He procured separate items to create his own thieves' tools kit.
Yep.
Oh, but didn't give it to her. I see how it is.
Why would he give her his?
Exactly. She would be surprised if he did. Yeah, so I don't have those, and I'm unlikely to find them in any kind of shop. Actually, Is there like a locksmith shop that I could track down?
Give me an investigation roll.
Oh, okay. So the answer is gonna be no.
Not no.
My rolls in investigation aren't great.
I hear you.
Well, it might just take you more time rather than not finding.
Might also mean that, with the 10, for instance, you find a locksmith shop. You do, after a chunk of time and everything. And you get to start talking with the person. Oh, how are you? What are you asking about exactly?
I am gonna cast disguise self on myself before I go inside to make myself look like an older kind of gentleman, straggly beard, a little down on his luck, and it's like, hello, sir. Sorry to bother you. I'm Journeyman Locksmith. Just newly arrived. I'm with some of the refugees, and I'm hoping to sort of get my business back on its feet. And I was wondering if I would be able to procure some locksmithing tools to at least get me started. I'd be willing to pay, of course, I understand. But if there was some sort of tool equipment that I could procure for that, because, I mean, new community, I'm hopefully, like I said, trying to get back on my feet.
Sorry, old timer, but I can't sell you no kits like that here in Wroat. Especially they'd get all into my business if I was selling it to a refugee. So
how are we? I'm just trying to. I mean, I'm a refugee. I'm just trying to get my life back together. Seems a little bit.
I hear you, mister, but look, this stuff is washed over. I know you must be new in town and such, but the authorities here, especially the Black Lanterns, don't like equipment like that be sold willy-nilly. You got to go get special permits from them, all sorts of stuff. So you would actually have to go talk to an official about that. I can't actually help you at all with anything like that.
Sounds like it might take some time, and we're leaving in 2 days. Can't you, I don't know, help me out, one professional to another? I wouldn't say anything. I'm going away.
I hear you, mister. And believe me, look, I understand your plight and everything. I do sympathize with it. But how about go? You notice he's like writing something on a little piece of paper. Go, if you look, sometimes, this gentleman here, he's able to help speed things along with with getting these sort of papers filed and everything. All right? And he passes it over to you.
I take the paper and look at it.
It says Carson James.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate this. Every little bit helps. Have a good day.
Have a good one, old timer.
And as I step outside, I drop the disguise. And I will go see if I can find some of the things on my magical shopping list.
Which, not too bad things.
I don't know if I can actually afford them, but I want them.
The problem is that yes, they are heavily expensive. A tattoo, very expensive from my understanding, and the heroism one is going to cost 500, for instance.
Well, I only want a level 1 spell, so technically I don't know if that affects the cost any on the spell rot tattoo.
Mhm.
But
It
yeah,
helps. It helps, but
would
it's
that
still
put
gonna
it?
be it's still gonna be a similar price though to the heroicism.
Okay. What about an amulet of the devout?
Oh, never mind. Actually, I misread that. Wow, the tattoo. Um, wow, shit. Yeah, you could get that for 50 gold.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for.
All right, well, you can spend some time getting a tattoo. I like it.
Uh, cool. Would I have time to get 2? Actually, before I do that, am I able to get a line on an amulet of the devout?
Make a. You can roll an investigation. Why not?
Here we go. Come on, Oladra, help me out. Okay, there we go. Yeah. No.
The time, no.
Okay. Well, the tattoo's
You-
fine. Do
Yeah,
I have
you
time to
notice
get?
that. Yeah, all the clerics and shops like that aren't carrying things like that. But you can go get at least one tattoo.
At least one? Do you think? Is it possible for me to get 2? Do I have time? I certainly have the money.
The thing is, the adding the magic to it and everything is a bit more time invasive.
Fair. Cool.
So, and if you're trying to do the other stuff, then you would be definitely cutting it like super close.
Yeah, I get that. All right. I will figure out which spell I am going to wear.
All right, pick out where it is and what it looks like too. Now we got Mech and Fennec here too. What are we looking at? Who wants to go first?
Oh, you big guy.
Oh, I'm pretty set on supplies. All I really needed was, I don't know, something simple. Maybe a potion of growth. Might come in handy. Besides, a large mech might be intimidating.
As you walk into the potion shop, you notice that there's a nice elf behind the counter, and you hear her say, "What can I? What can I get you?"
I need one of those enlarged potions.
And then a potion of growth.
That's the one.
Mm. And she kind of like goes back behind the counter. This here. And she starts really cock it back, and then she puts like shoo, sneezes just as she puts the like bottle down onto the counter. It holds it there for a minute. Oh, geez, sorry. I've been working with some bad agents and ingredients recently. They've been really irritating my nose as she goes and starts rubbing it a little bit. It'll be $750.
So, I'm sorry, how much?
I'm sorry, $270.
So that's a little more reasonable. Okay, I can do that.
Well, thank you very.
Uh-huh. Yep. I hold the bottle tight. Just grab it off the counter real quick.
She spilled like all the coins behind the desk of her like thing. Oh well, thanks very much.
You're gonna be there for a while. Thank you.
1, 2. And you hear a sneeze from like as she's counting behind the thing.
As she finishes sneezing, you're just gonna see Fennec's like fingers wrap around the countertop and like pull his head up. Is it safe?
Oh, you! Oh, I didn't see you there.
That a lot. I was wondering if you had any like wands, or
No,
where I might be able to find them.
try the shop for that down the road there. They do have some wand like things. I know. I don't go myself too much, so.
Okay. Well, thank you for your help. Happy counting. And he's out. He'll make his way to the wand shop.
All right.
I wonder which one will choose me.
As you know, the wand chooses the person.
That's what I'm hoping.
All right. Yeah.
I was thinking something that can maybe help me focus my energy a little.
I can sense on you an necrotic energy for you.
Mm-hmm.
Am I getting that? A Mabrian ebony would be good for you.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I was thinking that or ones of the War Mage.
Oh no! Sorry there, little fella. But if I had one of those, I would be. I wouldn't be running this shop no more. I'd have sold that, and been out of here.
You know, I was gonna say you seem like a guy who could have that and just run the joint around here. And he'll offer like a friendly wink.
Well, I'll tell you what. I do have a little wand for that. Yeah. It'll run you about $250.
I can do that.
With this wand here.
Can I?
Now,
Can I do like a trade-in value for like my staff? Like any kind of deal we can make?
Unfortunately, the trade-in value isn't so good. You know, depreciation and the like. Plus, your staff is sized for goblins. I could only sell it to a halfling or a gnome.
I get you.
I tell you what, I could give you 20 off on it.
Okay.
Sound like a deal, mister?
It does sound like a deal, sir.
All right. He gives you an old wizened hand and tries to give your hand a little shake.
Reaches up wherever it is and gives him a shake.
All right, Sonny. Well, here you go. He actually spent. Now, if you'd like, we can actually spend that 20 and craft it to your hand a little bit better.
Like customize it?
Yeah, what?
So I have to give you the 20 that I got off back to get it custom. So it goes to full price.
Oh, it would be, wouldn't it?
Nah, I'm okay with it. Let's do it.
All right. Now, see what you got, and then he starts the scene fades away with him being like, so you got to hold it like this, and then blah, 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 and he gives you the customized version of it.
Excellent.
Got your name in it.
He could, yes. I mean, it's custom and everything. Yeah, put the name in, all that, all the fun stuff. You got to get the flick right,
Yep.
It's Leviosa.
I don't use that stuff. I use ones we can't really talk.
It is a great color, though. It's a very almost dark, but almost dark, almost black, dark wood. With little flecks of almost pure blackness going through up the veins of the wood.
Nice.
Yami, you there? Oh God, is he muted?
No, yeah, I'm here.
All right. Any requests for the last person shopping?
Yeah, I just want a health potion. Or 2. I'm not sure how much that would be.
Well, as you walk into the shop, you notice that there's a elf lady just finishing picking up a bunch of coins from the ground. So what can I help you with? As she kind of like stifles her nose a little bit.
Well, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm interested in just some potions of healing, please.
Yeah, so I have regular ones for 50, greater for 200. And if you're really looking to spend big, superior for 2,000.
Oof. I'll just take 2 for 100, please. 2 regular ones for 50.
Thank you. Phew. Let me go get those. She shuffles back and brings out the health potion, sneezing only twice during the time.
All right. So I will minus 100. And that's all I needed. Thank you, kind ma'am. And he's
Yep.
asked, is it the same sneezy lady?
Yeah.
He's gonna give a look towards Mech and like step back. Like a oof.
You're looking at me. I'm not the one sneezing.
Could have told me.
What?
Well-
You germaphobe?
I'm gonna look you up and down, no, but you look like you don't get sick at all.
I don't.
Yeah, but you look disgusted.
What are you talking about? I'm dapper and shiny. Don't you see all my monocles I'm wearing?
Except for the sneeze on chest there as I point to his chest plate.
If anything, she's allergic to clean.
Wait, are you gonna look down is the question.
Oh, you doing one of those stupid things? Yeah, Beck probably would.
And I'm like, got you. And I'm like, all right, let's get out of here. But yeah, that's all I wanted.
Sounds like a plan. All right. Well, pick up with one quick thing over here. Now, Saris, if you go back to investigate the site, are you going to bring anybody along with you, or just go solo?
She would go solo.
Okay. Does anyone else have anything else they'd want to be doing in this time, just before we go there?
Pretty
Anyone?
good.
I challenge these guys to a drinking competition if we're not doing else for the night, but that's about it.
So,
Constitution checks.
I almost want to play that out, how that goes, but for the sake of a little bit of keeping it like a little bit interesting, just for this regard and to set up for next week, let's go with Saris, and you go and investigate this tavern that you've been led to a couple times, and you notice that it's still dark, but you can see in the back of the shop that there's like a glowing light under one of the doors as you peer in through the windows. Mm-hmm.
How is this like a 2-story building or just a single story, or
It's a 2-story.
what's the window situation like on the 2nd story?
There's 2 windows up there. They look like you could, if you were up on the top, they don't have like any sort of awnings hanging off them, but if you were to try to open them, you'd have to push them upwards as you're going at them. Climbing wise, in case you're thinking about that, it would be somewhat difficult, as there's not like a lot of good foot or hand holds for you.
I am not gonna do well on that climb. Well, just check the door, see if it's locked.
It isn't.
Of course not.
You hear an extremely loud creak as you open it, even if you're trying to do it stealthily.
She's not, and I'm not surprised that it creaks. Sounds like the kind of creak that's probably been left to get creakier over time. I will enter and start walking towards the door with the light underneath.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not gonna, like, say anything. I figured the creak was enough. They know I'm here.
You hear a couple of people talking on the other side of the door.
What are they talking about?
Tough to tell. The door seems really thick for being like a tavern door.
Interesting. Okay. Well, I will knock on the door. Politely.
Come on in.
I will enter.
Okay. Well, hello. What can we do for you?
Hello. I'm sort of new in town, and I am not entirely sure how long my stay will be, and I am looking to make sure that I have keys to get into my residence, wherever that may be.
Kind of like look at each other. Okay. We can help you out.
Finally. I hate this town so much. Why are there so many gods everywhere?
Well, you know what they say. Wroat's one of the freest places you can be, right?
Mm-hmm.
You notice one of the guys, he kind of like goes down into like a basement cellar area. He says, so tell me, what's the name? Just so we can keep track of everybody, you know. We ain't giving it to no gods or nothing, but we're trying to make sure we know all of our associates in a friendly way.
Understandable. You can call me Seville.
Seville? I'm
Yes.
Carson James. I'm a procurer of good things.
If things happen to be procured, do you tend to purchase them?
Purchase, you know, purchase, sell, whatever it is. I'm a man of many tastes.
I can respect that. It seems so rare to find someone who takes a variety of interests in things in this city.
Exactly.
I suspect
we
you must
might-
be in high demand.
And unfortunately, high demand is only as high as the people around you. Or something like that. I can't remember what my daddy used to say about that saying. But, oh, I hear him coming up. And the guy comes up the stairs. He's
Does he look older than this Carson James guy? Or was that Carson James that went down?
Hmm?
Who am I talking to?
You are talking to the guy who said his name was Carson James. And then another guy is coming up the stairs right now.
Does he look old enough to be this guy's father?
No.
Okay, interesting. Yep, that's like, I assume that this is not a gift. What would be the price for this?
25 gold.
She laid down 25 gold.
Alright. You come into anything particularly noteworthy, you feel free to bring it on by.
I think I have a better sense idea of what they think now. So thank you.
Anytime.
Well, I have a moment of time. What is with? Are you familiar with the refugees? Have you heard about the recent turn on poor luck?
We ain't got kind of luck. That deal more descriptive than
That's fair. The wagon caravan was raided by some bandits and destroyed. Have you heard any rumors regarding why anyone would want to attack refugees? It's not like they're the richest targets to ever attack.
Tell me about it. Yeah, ain't sound like a good story at all. But can't say I have.
All right. Also, slightly, maybe it just occurred to me. Do you happen to carry any poisons?
He kind of gives like a smile and looks over at the other guy. Tell you what, let's get to know each other a little bit better at a different time. We can talk about that.
She shrugs. All right.
You're talking about something very carefully monitored in this city. Just to let you know, being new in town and all, I can tell.
From what everything seems to be carefully monitored, it's distressing. How do these people take shits?
And they both kind of laugh, and it's like, yeah, I hear you. It's a tough city. It's a tough city. Ain't like Sharn, that's for sure, certain. But man's got to make his living out here. So tell you what, help, get to know us a little bit more. Let us know you. Figure something out if we can help you out a little bit more.
Thank you for taking the time to assist me. She holds up the thieves' tools. Been feeling a little lost without these.
Anytime, little lady.
Gives a small bow, and I'll be in touch. And then she heads out.
Saris comes into the door and reunites with the party. Everybody roll a quick constitution check to see who wins the drinking game. Whoever was participating.
I'm with it. Check or save?
Check. I'm going to say it's an active thing rather than trying to just save your butt the whole time.
Matt got a 12.
12 to 15. I see a Yami 11. Otherwise, Phoenix the winner.
Well, Yami got a 22.
What? Wow. Saris comes walking into the bar as she sees Yami finish down the drink faster than the other three guys. She goes, boom! And he wins the game, and Saris looks around. What do you say to the rest of the group?
First of all, are they wearing suits and bowler hats?
Yep, I'm guessing so.
I don't have a suit.
Everybody else is yeah, I don't have a suit. Just Fennec has a suit, but we all have hats, and I'm pretty sure theirs are a little crooked right now. Mine's the only one that's straight.
Okay. She just sees this and it's like, idiots. She walks past to her room.
And with that, the screen fades to black. And we'll pick up from there next week, y'all.
Whoop whoop.
You guys got your beer? We're ready to rock and roll next week. So make sure you join us next time to see how things go. And we'll see you next time at the Players of the Realms.
Laters.
Thank you, everyone.
Later.
Night night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Check the merch. Plays around.
Dice.